Starting route to Cedar Lodge.
Hey, we're gonna go try and catch the Firefall. First time in Yosemite, technically, for the both of us.
So excited.
Getting on the road, should get there early afternoon. I'm excited. We're gonna have an awesome time.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Excited.
Firefall is one of Yosemite's most incredible spectacles. For a few weeks towards the end of February, when the sun hits Horsetail Falls near El Capitan at just the right angle and conditions are perfect, it glows and makes the falls look like it's on fire. For this to happen, the skies need to be clear and the snow fall and melt during that time needs to allow water to be flowing down Horsetail Falls. It's a lot to ask for. We stayed just outside the national park in El Portal at Cedar Lodge. It was less than 20 minutes outside the entrance to Yosemite, and it's right along the Merced River, making it a pretty sweet spot. There isn't much around Lodge, but the property does have a diner and a bar that was pretty good. Now it's time to get ready for a day of Firefall. We had a full day planned and I was so excited.
So early, 5:48, we're heading to Tunnel View. And let's see if there's a lot of people. Hopefully not. Hopefully children and families don't get up for sunrise. Yay!
Our plan was to get a spot for Firefall by noon, so we made a day of it and headed out early to catch sunrise at Tunnel View. We weren't the only ones who had this idea. It's hard not to find a crowd of photographers at the most popular viewpoints in Yosemite. I can't say I blame them.
For sunrise, I guess.
It's gonna be a long day.
It is. I'm stoked though.
Tunnel View is one of the most famous scenic viewpoints in Yosemite and a total must-see. You get El Capitan, Bridal Veil Falls, and Half Dome all in one view. I just loved getting to hang out with a bunch of like-minded people. Everywhere we went in Yosemite, everyone was so nice. And it's like when you got here at sunrise, and you're here with a bunch of photographers, and you guys are all freezing your butts off, and you just start to talk and chat and exchange tips. And it was just so fun to go through this experience with a bunch of other people, essentially strangers who felt like they were friends by the end of it. Not only was sunrise a priceless experience, but it allowed us to get a jump start on the day. 10 out of 10 recommend sunrise at Tunnel View. Here's a time lapse of the experience. It is cold. So cold. It was so cold by the time the sun had risen and the crowd of photographers had thinned out, and I wondered where they were all off to next. Did they all plan for Firefall too? There is never a dull moment when you are looking at Yosemite National Park.
We did it, Chris.
We did it.
For sunrise.
That was incredible.
Ooh.
It was cold. My toes may be a little bit frozen.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Visitor center and go find some parking.
For another.
That's okay. Talk to somebody who lives in the area and they're gonna go and set up at least park by noon. We're hoping to park earlier.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people here. Holiday weekend, I guess. You guys, it is next level beautiful, guys.
Look at that, all the stickers. That's awesome.
Next, we found parking and wanted to get a bite to eat and some coffee in Yosemite Village. We arrived at 8:30 a.m. to the Yosemite Falls parking lot, and there was still ample parking to choose from. You can see Horsetail Falls information posted everywhere to kind of give you some insight on what to expect for the day if you're planning for Firefall. Degnan's Deli in Yosemite Village is sort of a lifesaver. Pete's Coffee is served, and also I highly recommend their biscuits and gravy for breakfast. The deli can be a bit chaotic, but it's a good place to stock up on some snacks. We grabbed the last of the sandwiches, and it wasn't even 10 a.m.
Well, we're glad we parked when we did. It is almost 11:30, and they just put the lot full sign on the Yosemite Falls parking lot. So glad we got here when we did, or we'd be walking
A lot further.
You know, you can take the shuttle from Yosemite Village, but it's just a lot more of a situation. So that's exciting.
Prepping for our trek to El Capitan picnic area, I had this giant double XL duffel bag that I got from REI. It doubles and turns into a backpack, and I was literally able to fit everything inside, which was totally a godsend. With at least 5 hours of waiting time ahead of us, I packed the essentials, and this is what I would recommend. A compact yet comfortable chair, lunch and some snacks, water and some adult beverages, a mini table to hold your gear that just happened to be kind of nice to have, an extra jacket because the temperatures definitely drop, and a headlamp because you'll be hiking back in the darkness, and all the camera gear you need, plan accordingly. Now we were ready and started our trek the 1.5 miles down Northside Drive to El Capitan picnic area. Although it can feel a bit long if you're carrying a lot of gear on your back, the stroll is still absolutely stunning. During Firefall season, they close and restrict the left lane of Northside Drive just for pedestrians to walk from the parking lot to the El Capitan picnic area.
Heading to get a spot at what is it called? El Capitan picnic area. Making the trek. Got my huge pack. At least we got a parking. But these views, you can't complain about these views.
Crowd talk. The crowds were very, very real, which again, I think the theme of this video is be there early, get there early, plan ahead. When we arrived at noon, there was a lot of spots to choose from, luckily. We talked to a volunteer directing traffic, and he told us where he thought the best place for Firefall viewing was, since he had seen it pretty much every evening for the past week. It was a great pro tip to have. We were in a bit of panic because he mentioned Firefall didn't happen the night before. And as you know, it's a lot of effort to kind of see Firefall, but there's always a chance it might not even occur. We could see that Horsetail Falls was just a trickle, so we were definitely a little nervous, and we just kept our fingers crossed and hoped it was going to happen. The volunteer also told us that later in the day, when the sun sort of heats up the snow, that there's a little bit of a rush. At about 2:30, we might be able to see Horsetail Falls flowing a little bit more, and we just hoped he was right. There are places to view Firefall before and at El Capitan picnic area, and as you can see, it all fills up fast. Find the best angle that works for your photos and whatever you're going for. Avoid views obstructed by trees. Are you going for a close-up shot, or are you catching a wide-angle view of the glow? Pick what's best for you. There are a lot of viewing spot options. Now, all we could do was wait and hope we see Firefall. One of the coolest things about viewing Firefall is the camaraderie and the friends you make. Hundreds of people gather for hours and waiting to see the same thing as you. It's obvious you all have this common interest. You can't help but chat with the people around you. We talked hikes, camera gear, and exchanged Instagram handles, and it was a lot of fun and made the time fly by. Chances were looking good as the glow appeared at around 5 p.m. And as predicted, the afternoon snowmelt had the falls flowing more. We could actually see mist appearing at the top of the falls, and it was already looking so beautiful. And right on time, at 5:42, the sun started to set and Firefall started to happen. Silence fell in the valley as the crowds watched. And once it was over, the valley rallied in cheers. Once the sun had set, it got dark fast, and the mass exodus of people was very real. We slowly packed up, letting the crowds thin before making the trek back in the darkness. Let it be known, traffic is absolutely insane after Firefall. I hear some people wait hours to try and exit the park via the one-lane loop. Luckily, we had a plan. We trekked back the 1.5 miles back to the parking lot and made dinner by Jetboil next to the car. These camping meals never fail. By the time we finished our dinner, traffic was pretty much clear and we headed out.
Whew. But day 1 done in Yosemite.
But awesome.
But it has been an epic day, like a super epic day.
I mean, starting the day here at Tunnel View, getting the sunrise, ending it here at Tunnel View, getting the star photography.
Oh, nice way to start and end the day.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for a hot shower. But we did. I can't even believe it. Caught Firefall.
It happened.
It actually happened.
Well,
I was a little worried.
I mean, as much as it can with how much water is falling, but
yeah, I think we got it. And
it still glowed.
Still glowed, and we got the thing. And I love all the camaraderie and cheers at the end.
I was geeking out with photography, guys.
That's always cool. So we're gonna go back, and hopefully there's no more traffic. Relax, get some rest, wake up early in the morning, and hike the park and explore. But what a good day. High five. Yay.
Here's the rundown of what to know when hiking Firefall. Firefall happens the last 2 to 3 weeks of February. Be sure to check the National Park website for info and any restrictions you might need to be aware of. Here are my recommendations of what you need to know, do, and prepare for when attempting to do Firefall. 1. Park at the Yosemite Falls parking lot before 9 a.m. to make sure you get a spot. 2. Be prepared for a 1.5 mile walk to the Firefall viewing area from Yosemite Falls parking lot. 3. Plan to get a spot for Firefall by noon. 4. Bring a chair, food, drinks, and extra warmth. Be sure to plan your gear in advance so you know how much weight you'll be carrying. 5. Bring a portable charger for your phone or extra batteries for any of your gear. 6. Enjoy the day and make friends. 7. Bring a headlamp for the hike back in the dark. And 8. Leave no trace behind. Thanks for joining me on this Firefall video. I hope you liked it. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I've got so many fun travel guides coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.